Live. Filters. Set up. We're good to go. Let's get a little sippy of coffee. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. Let's do a little cleanup work from where we left off yesterday. Anything further on this is going to be done through what they call it, surfacer, primer and surfacer. Which I guess in theory they're one and the same. It just depends on how thick and how you apply it. Hey Joe, good morning, brother. What's going on? Happy Saturday to you. How was the rest of your? How was your Friday? Hey Ryan, good morning. Or good evening to you, I should say. Good evening. Ryan, I apologize I haven't gotten back to you. I haven't been on Blue Sky in a bit. This week has just been, it's been one of those weeks. It's like, I honestly, I can't even believe it's Saturday. It's like, where the hell does week go? Friday, I failed to complete my job to help train the new guy how to install dishwashers for vets before the holiday. Was that what you were labeled as? You failed to complete your job? Were you written up for that, Joe? Huh. No worries at all. Not yet. Not yet. Ooh. Well, I did say check it out at your leisure. Yeah, I appreciate that and your understanding, Ryan. Yeah. It's a 3-day weekend due to our Memorial Day holiday, so I will be looking at that. Not yet. Huh. It's kind of wild. It strikes me as the expectation is that will be coming. Hey, Edwin, good evening. How are you? Happy Saturday to you. Fuck Corpo. Yeah. No, I agree. But it's fascinating how, again, Joe, it's interesting just how it seems like I don't know. I've never understood a lot of the mentality, how you can be in the good graces and then not in the good graces in such short order. Happy Saturday. Well, I'm mostly overthinking about what flashlight I get for my. Oh, yeah, I'd say it's overthinking, Edwin. Yeah. In the end, I guess whatever flashlight, I'm assuming you're purchasing this in a brick and mortar store. So you walk in, whatever flashlights are there, you kind of look at like however many, three, four, a dozen, 2 dozen, and just go, that's the right size. That's got the right. They're all LED. You know, you get there's probably some criteria of needs specific on like do I get one that's made out of all plastic or do I get one that's out of aluminum? That kind of thing. Does that fit in the budget? Yep. And don't get me wrong, Edwin. I've been one to sit in front of an aisle just looking at pasta sauce, like in like minutes, 3, 4 minutes of looking at pasta sauce. Which one do I get? Up online store, there are 31 of them and narrowed down to 3. Yeah. Online purchasing, okay. Yesterday, I did if they gave a boss a write-up who's pregnant leaving next week, literally said to her, we have to give you a write-up and not a hit because you're leaving for your baby. I mean, that to me strikes me as being illegal. But again, I don't know the laws in Michigan. Here in Massachusetts, you do that, you are FUKCD. You are absolutely screwed. We've got one of our technicians. He and his wife are having their first child later this year, and he's already talked about it. He's like, I'm going to be taking time off, family leave, and it's like, yep, that's exactly how the laws are set up in Massachusetts. Great. Have at it. Enjoy the time. We're going to figure out what we do internally. You go do what you got to do, Dad. I told him, yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be a hard thing to have a conversation with somebody at a department in your state, I assume. Sorry guys, give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to get a little of this cleaned up here. There we go. It's a little better. Love that. Yeah. I learned my lesson this week. Have one clean blade for cutting food. Cut my burger with my multi-tool on my tongue. Feel like something. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Something was on the blade, huh? Hey, Nick, good morning. But yeah, Friday. I've been very fortunate to have flexibility with my boss. Boss is very realistic and flexible, yeah. And you know why? Here's the mistake that a lot of these companies make, right? Both Ryan and Joe. The mistake that they make is if you make life easier for your employees, you're going to get the best out of them. Like, you will get super production because they're like, you know what? They've taken care of me. I'm going to help out a little bit more. Whether you're hourly or salaried or whatever, it's like, I'm going to go the extra mile because I know that I'm working for a company that has my back. When they F you on things like that, why do you want to go the extra mile? Now suddenly it's like your efficiency and productivity goes down. The funny part about this is that there are enough studies on this, enough, that when corporations, or not even corporations, just businesses take on any of these attitudes, it's like you're hurting yourself if you want to work for them. Exactly. Look after them. 100%. 100%. The companies that I've enjoyed working for the most, even the one that I'm at right now, as much as I just the owner is like, well, anyway, and he has caused some harm. The people that I work with, and particularly my general manager, how she's taking care of me, I'll absolutely, do, extra effort and whatever to a degree. To a degree. They'll look after him. Yeah. That's exactly it. You know? That's it right there. And it doesn't make sense. If you think about, like, how businesses used to work way back in the day, at the heyday of the union days, there was always contention between unions and corporations, but they found a better way to work with each other in order to create the best at that time workforces around, and with enough financial incentive for all sides to do what needed to be done. And then corporate greed comes in. But more than corporate greed, it's just the necessity to be able to control an employee. We don't want anybody telling us what we want anyway. We can go down it's a slippery road here. Hey, Joe. What was that study about the Marines? The most efficient job performance tasks were on scale trustworthy versus capability. Yeah, exactly, Joe. I've not read that report, but that sounds correct. I'd love to read that report, though. That'd be kind of cool. All right. So this is done until primer. And then once primer's laid down, we'll know what the next steps are. Just want to get that interior with a little thin cement. Just to do something like that. There we go. So the style you're going for is cartoonish. Yes, on this one here, what I want to do is, my hope is to actually have these sort of two cartoony looking robots standing on either side with a banner in between, Char in the front, and there will be one of the Ferraris that I have in the, kind of like Char's like some war hero kind of thing, who's sitting there at a car show. And I just thought it was just a really, like, what if like Xeon had, the Principality of Xeon had like a car show. Again, it does a couple things. It brings up 3 or 4 models into this thing, plus a little vignette. It's just a little story. Again, I like the concept of stories, right? I've talked about this ad nauseum. So that's what I'm looking at. Find it something about, talks about it in a speech. Great, thank you. I thought Char drove a Corolla. No, that's what you were always led to believe that, but he became popular enough. He started hawking Ferraris. What's going on, Ray? Yeah. So this is the first of the models. This is not going to get done anytime soon, because I think when I get to the Ferrari, I think it's going to be trying to figure out certain painting techniques that it's about painting, right? How do you paint leather? How do you paint a Ferrari type of finish? Sounds awesome. It sounds interesting. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna leave it at, it sounds interesting. We'll see how it goes. The vision's there. And this is part of the thing that I enjoy about modeling. Models are about as much about the vision, about what you envision to put down, the creativity of taking what's in here and putting it down in the physical 3-dimensional world. It's really all about sanding. Always all about sanding, Nick. By the way, we got a little sanding to do in there. Looks like it collapsed a little bit, so I'm not sure how that's going to come out, but we'll see. And we got this to sand. Hey man, what are you building right now? I am building an Old Zaku. I am building this ancient guy, because I love me an old Gundam model. And good day, Juan. How are you? He also loves the squirrel from SpongeBob. I do. I gotta tell you, I've only watched like 3 or 4 episodes of SpongeBob. Couldn't tell you much about it. Nice. All right. And again, when you think about a modern Gundam, right? And there's one half, and there's the other. And that, my friends, is the entirety of the lower leg. That's it. Foot, plate, all of it. I'm good. Big fan from the Philippines. Oh, thank you very much, Juan. I appreciate it. I'm a fan of the Philippines too. Met more than a few people from the Philippines. That's great. I hope all is well with you. Let us, before we do that, let's get these nubs cleaned up. To get that Ferrari to look nice, it's all about the final wet sand before polishing. Yeah. Though I will say, unfortunately, I have the displeasure of seeing Bro Builder Brian Denklow's Porsche and how he did his finish work. I may have to reach out to Brian when the time comes. He, on his Porsche, the one that he brought to Mosquito Con last year, he not only did all of the traditional layering of top coat sanding, he also did a fabulous job of pre-shading in order to get some shadows into the texturing. And that's why when you look at that next to another model that was beautifully finished, but you look at it, that his popped so beautifully. They trying to make George wet sand. I think he is. So, I'm like I said, painting ain't my forte. I make do, but we'll see what the next steps are. But we're, like I said, probably a couple years away. I want to at least get through the. I've got a bunch of stuff here on the table that I want to get done, including once I get Misa painted and done, the plane painted and done. I'd like to get the little Zaku. I'm sorry, the little SD Macross kit, the Valkyrie done. I got to get the Batman 1935 diode done. So get those things kind of done, and then I've still got this little tank to work on. The task. There's, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that's been kind of hanging out there. I want to work on something new, and I want to work on something old. That Bon Jovi, slippery when wet sanding. I think it was. I think John Bon Jovi. I don't know if you read this, but he's actually a scale modeler. Has been for many years. And by the way, I just made all that up. Sounds like my Lego table. Yeah. Full. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. One of these days, I'll actually go through, maybe tomorrow we'll do that. We'll see. Maybe I'll just go through the projects that are kind of that have been started. Actually, I think we will do that because I think I'd rather do that than go work on the Frank Sinatra was a model train enthusiast. Yes, he was. That I did know. And that is not a lie. That is cool though, right? And we know about Henry Cavill, right? Yes, and DeForest Kelly built models. Yes, he did. That I knew as well. Yeah, that one actually I've seen photos of, which is kind of cool. Okay, got that done. Got that done. So today we were planning on going to, and I would say to anybody who's in, I can't Kelly to forest from Kelly to trees. Today we were planning on going to the, and I would say to anybody who's in the area, the American Heritage Museum, which is located in Stowe, Massachusetts. And I know it's not going to be easy for most of you, but if there are any people listening, today they are running their armor. They're running tanks, and our model chapter, Patriot, will be there having a table to show off some of the models that we work on, and come on over if you want to join us, whatever. And this is all spearheaded by one of our youngest members. This is all done by one of our junior members, Eric, who is a fantastic modeler, because he and his family are members of the museum. So they're going to be there today. They're going to have a table with some models on there to show what we do, reinforce it, and see if we can get some people to show up. Anyway, I was hoping to go today, but it's likely I will not, because my wife is like, hey, can we meet up later this morning? She's going to be running down to the Massachusetts coast, and my older daughter and I are going to be heading there to meet her. Is that the one that makes all the RC tanks and stuff? I have no idea. Who's that? I wish teleport machine already invented right now. I need to see some tanks. Yeah, there's same here. I keep hearing about like the Australian museum, the one in the UK. It's like, man, they got some pretty cool things. I would agree with you. Not the one that makes all the RC tanks and stuff. No, that's the one that actually makes the real tanks. Let me see if there's a flight from my little airport Willow Run to Heritage. Yeah, I hear you. But they got the tanks running. And I wish I might still be able, depending on what time we get wrapped up with my wife, because she's got to get back to Maine afterward to get some stuff done for work. She's got some work to do tonight. But if I can swing it, I will. I don't think I'm going to. But then after we leave my wife, my daughter and I are going to a place called the Bruised Boutique, which is a skate shop for roller skating types, particularly those who do roller derby. So we're going to go look at a couple of new trucks for a couple of new wheels for my daughter for her skating. Last night she came home and we talked about her skating, and she's like, I am really getting into this, and I can just see the interest and passion in that. And from what I've gathered, given I was there when she was just starting to skate, because she's skated before years ago, but never well. And we were out here just kind of practicing, and she was falling and everything like that. But my understanding is now she's doing crossovers. She can skate backwards. She knows how to stop different ways. And in the next week or two, they're going to be doing their assessments to see if you can move into doing contact, which I'm like, awesome. I'm looking forward to the next couple of years of her getting to that point where actually I get to watch her in a competition. If she gets good enough to make the Kentucky Derby an absolute pinnacle event or something different. Heritage Museum has a small runway. You should be good. Nice. Anyway, so I'm pretty psyched. And by the way, if anybody, again, I know it's this is speaking more to those who are local, but the Bruised Boutique up in southern New Hampshire, that place is awesome. like the people there who got my daughter started with like getting all her skates and all her accessories and everything like that. Absolutely fabulous people. Very kind, supportive. There are no dumb questions. It was great. Okay, let's get the spark glue together. That's so awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it, Ryan. I agree. It's, when your kids find something that they love to do, like genuinely love. My younger daughter has been into dancing and will continue that in college, which I'm really happy. She will be on her college's dance team. And then my older daughter, who's always been into art, but also just to have her find something else that just really piques her fancy is great. And once the weather gets better, it's like, I've suggested to her, look at getting a set of skates for outside, just riding around here, not something for indoor skating. You say that, I bet I could think of a few. Maybe. So, anyway, it's just very happy. It's just, when you see somebody who finds something that they're passionate about, just like this. I mean, I think, if you're tuning in, you probably have some level of interest in scale modeling, right? Even though we don't talk much about it. This has become a bit of a passion for me. I love this hobby. There are days when it pisses me off. There's when I want to step away. That's natural with any hobby. But generally speaking, I think we all have some level of passion for this hobby and what it means to us, either by how we were brought up, or just what it does for our level of creativity. And for me, this has always been what makes this hobby special for me, is its ability to allow my creativity out. Then the Spetsnaz not just became a Facebook market. Funny enough, a Spetsnaz now just became on Facebook Marketplace. A Spetsnaz? Really? Huh. We don't talk about it because we are busy doing it. Yeah, that might be. Never even seen a model before. Right. What's a model? Isn't that what goes up and down a runway? Oops. Hello. Careful. I just don't want to get my fingers into the that didn't hurt. I just didn't want to get my fingers into the goo. It's your soothing voice that keeps me coming back. I figured there's got to be something. I mean, I don't complete anything. I think we're on different wavelengths on some things that we discuss on Thursday nights. And somehow you still keep coming back. What the hell's wrong with you, Nick? Giving a new definition of sleeping with models. Right, Edwin. Hey, Seb. Good morning to you, my friend. How are you? Okay. Turn the part over. He's a rich guy. He bought 6 figures a month. Yeah. I did place an order for sort of a model I've been interested in yesterday. I've got sort of 2 models right now that I've are kind of on my hit list. Sort of like an immediate hit list. I won't tell you what they are. I'm gonna wait till it shows up and I'll show you. Doing fine. Last day of rest before going back to work. Yeah, good. I'm glad that you got some rest. How are you? It's Saturday, and I'm doing very well. Thank you, Seb. I'm glad it's Saturday. I'm glad to be able to hang out this morning for a little while. I'm going to be on until 8. Yes, 8 o'clock. And then I got to get ready to go see my wife, get the day kind of started. Go see how figure out how my younger daughter did. She had a prom at a local school last night. It's kind of, and I haven't heard back from her, so I'm just kind of curious how it all went. So again, interesting thing, seeing how lacking in flatness that foot is. If you take a look at the bottom of that foot, it kind of comes together at a peak almost. Can you see it from there? Boy, it's so obvious from here. The two halves almost come like to a bit like a pitched roof kind of thing. It's interesting. Down to 5 figures a month due to the tariffs. Yeah, exactly. And you can afford that many? I'm impressed. Watching the latest Gundam series. Are you talking about however it's pronounced, G-Cux, which is I can't call it that. I cannot call it that. And I pray that's not what it's called. GQX, if the answer is yes, I am interested in catching a few of the episodes just to see what it's like. Right now, I'm actually interested in watching, believe it or not, I'm just about wrapping up with Victory. I do want to get back to the Legend of the Galactic Heroes, the new version. My server is now slowly coming back up online, and I've got the old Legend of the Galactic Heroes, which I'd like to rewatch because that is probably my favorite anime of all time. But in any case, there is some new stuff I do want to catch, and that's one of them. I did some questionable gluing of things yesterday evening. It is in the Vice, and I've not, I'm assuming, not dared to go check it yet. Questionable gluing of models? G-Quox is probably easiest way to say it. So let's put it this way. G-Quox, I'm okay with. GQX, I think sounds better, but that's fine. G-Cux, bad. That's just not what you want to call that show. Just saying. G-Quox, okay. All right, let's get this part done. Let's get this going. I'm going to be standing, Nick, so I'll make you happy in just a moment here. Get back to it. Yeah, I shortened it to GQ when typing. Yeah, just every now and then, you got to look at these companies, and it's like, what the hell are you thinking? Yes, have not. Yes, I'm on. Ooh, Nick, you got to let us know. And before I jump off at 8 o'clock, you got to go. You got to at least cast eyes. Next week, episode of G Quacks will be interesting. Is it Quacks? Quacks. But yeah, such a weird name. Yeah. So my understanding is, I don't know much about the series. My understanding is that it is a retelling of sort of the original Gundam. Is that correct? Like now that we're heading into the 50th year of the series, getting closer to it, I believe that's what they're trying to do. Yeah. You know, one thing I keep forgetting about. I haven't posted much recently on Blue Sky or any other social media platform. Primarily, the only thing I'm really doing is I'm spending time here. I may start looking into. I see other content creators for YouTube who do just regular posting. Now, I'm not sure if I want to make this sort of like an Instagram slash Blue Sky kind of thing, but we'll see. Really enjoying and all the detail that just feel right watching the show. It has tape holding things and the voice. I'll check when I finish my coffee. Still plenty of time before, especially if I have to go by my clock. Oh yeah, by your clock, it'll be after hours, Nick. After the show's done. But I am curious, Nick. Hey, speaking of Gundam series, is Requiem going to get a sequel or not? Or is it like, nah, they one-offed it, or it basically died on the vine? Anybody know? I've not had an opportunity to check. Something tells me it's probably going to be a one and done. I'm curious to know if anybody knows anything about it. Started watching Turn A last night while finishing off my core Gundam. Yeah, Turn A is, I'm excited to get started on that. So, Ryan, I think I've talked about this quite a bit. I watch or listen to a podcast called the Gundam Podcast. It's done by a couple called Tom and Nina. Tom is a lifelong Gundam fan. He's been watching Gundam from forever and a day. His wife, Nina, is brand new to Gundam. So everything that they're watching is new to her. And what they've started doing is they watch the very first, they've started from the very first episode of Gundam and watched everything. They've been doing this now, what, 5-6 years, maybe longer? Right now, they're just wrapping up Victory, which means we'll be getting into a couple of other, mid-90s series. We'll be doing 8th MS Team very soon. I'm excited to see that. And then at some point later on, they'll get to Turn A. And when they get to Turn A, that's when I'll be watching Turn A. I've never watched Turn A, but I'm very excited to see it. And how's the core Gundam going, by the way? No news on Requiem, but Hathaway should get a second movie, the fastest 2027. Yeah, that doesn't surprise. Hey, Hollywood, where is the Gundam movie? It's like everything. It's coming. It's on the slow boat from Japan. Yeah, I've been enjoying that podcast, and it's so good seeing it from her perspective. Yeah, very much. As I'm new to Gundam as the start of last year. Oh, really? Brand new to all of Gundam. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, what's interesting is, and I think back to this. I remember the first episode of Gundam I ever watched was in the 1980s. I got into the models before I had an opportunity to watch the show. I got into the models probably sometime late 1985, early 1986. But at that time, again, we didn't have the ability to find the stuff. You basically got multiple generations of videotapes. And I did have a few of the original Gundam series. So I mean, right now, let's see, so I'm 60. So Gundam has been part of my life for most of my life, which is interesting. Welcome to the hobby. Well, which hobby? Because remember, there are two. There's the modeling aspect, and then there's the animation aspect, right? been part of my entire my existence, which is funny considering I'm an old bastard. And this model here, I've had longer than probably many of you have been alive. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. And the backlog aspect. Yeah, oh yeah. I love my backlog. We'll have to do another backlog episode at some point. It's just fascinating to pull out some of that older stuff and just see what's there. The historical stuff. I have to tell you, recently having gone bought the that 1/48 scale Orgus. It's like I keep my eyes open more for like older Orgus kits. There are so many of them. I'm sorry, there were so many produced. At this point, I live and breathe Gundam. Live and breathe. Well, I hope not. There's more to life than just Gundam. Yeah, but not a lot. Has been part of your life. Oops, let me go back here. At this point, I live and breathe Gundam. Gundam has been part of your life longer than my life. It's only been part of mine for 3 years. Yeah, excuse me while I whip this out. Exactly. Core is good. I like it in more traditional colors. It's the Earth 3 kit. Yeah. I don't know much about that kit. I've heard very, very good things about how the core is built. And I'm assuming you're enjoying the way it's coming together. I was on Mecha Warehouse's website yesterday, and I'm very interested in picking it up. So the Psycho Gundam Mark II at $109. Oh, yeah, I want it. I don't want it that much. And they have a sale going on right now, but still. Ugh. Ouch. Ouchie. Ouchie. Please don't whip it out, Ray. Well, he can whip it out in private if he wants. Remember, Ray's been known to wear kilts. All right. Oh, I will say. Yeah. You know, as I continue to work on this model, I continue to just really, like I said, there is I don't know why specifically, but there is a level of joy in working on this model. And I don't know, it's because it really is fun just sitting here talking and doing this basic cleanup, the way it's assembling, the way it looks, the simplicity of it. Maybe also it's, that it brings back a lot of just very fond memories. One of the aspects of modeling that we talked about on our last Patriot Zoom meeting was, remember, we started talking about this a couple of weeks ago about how this hobby, people are like, well, why aren't you building something that's real? And in many ways, this is real, but reality is whatever you bring to it, right? So to me, this show is real, and I want to build something three-dimensional about that, right? Too bad you won't be at the Scottish Heritage Museum. Nope, not this time. Maybe another time. Yeah, this is the second core Gundam I built. I want to mod one to a Zaku or Mono. Nice. That's cool. I love when I hear that. And for me, this hobby has always been about building something that has that touches on something that was either part of my childhood or something that just fascinates me. Um, that comes from either like some popular media or something. There's a spark beyond just that. It's like there's models I picked up, or also models that I've not picked up. Like this is why I don't buy a whole lot of stuff from like I didn't care for IBO. I'm not. This is not a debate. It's just like it's just not my didn't resonate with me. And I think I have any. Yeah, I've got one Iron Blooded Orphans kit, and Witch from Mercury. I just didn't like the designs. The show was good. I just didn't care for the Gundam aspects of it. So haven't really. I've only picked up one or two models from that, and the two that really one that really resonated with me. So this hobby has always been one that of stuff that kind of, like I said, resonates with me. Like I'm not a car guy, but I picked up the Lotus 7 because I've always been a huge Prisoner fan. The original late 60s TV show with Patrick McGowan. And that was his car. And I'd like to build it in those colors because that show, it resonated with me. The frame from the 1/100 IBO Grays was the legs for that excavator mech I made. Is that where they came from? For some reason, I thought they came from something else, but that would make sense. By the way, hey, Peter, what's going on, brother? Happy Saturday to you. And happy, I guess, first day of vacation? Okay, going to check that apart. Okay, Nick is going in. I love The Prisoner. Yeah, The Prisoner, one of my all-time favorite TV shows. Love The Prisoner. And talk about a show that might almost resonate with today in a very odd way. Yes, good morning, guys. Yes, good morning indeed, Peter. Glad to have you on, brother. Right. Who knows? Maybe I'll even paint this before I toss it back in the box. We'll see. This one shouldn't be I'm not going to go, nutty on this one. I'm not looking to do anything really outside of just making it a really nice, clean build based on what's here. I'm not going to be stuffing any of the joints or, extending any of the plastic. There'll be some. There's going to be some plastic work that's going to need to get done in order to get the legs to attach to the hips. That show is effed up. I love it. Yeah. It's funny. It's when you think about, I guess, and I don't know to what extreme they went, but if anybody's ever followed the original Prisoner, the last episode, Patrick McGowan, who created the series, just didn't want it to be a long-running series. He just wanted to make, I think, like 6 or 8 episodes or something like that. And the television studios were like, you have to do a full season. He's like, I don't want to do a full season. You have to do a full season. So by halfway through, the show was actually not getting many ratings, not a surprise. But he ended it with an episode that left it remarkably vague. Like the ending of that series is crazy, and speaks a lot about society. And there was an uproar because I think people kind of expected a lot more of like the traditional type of the good guy who's down is going to somehow be victorious, and it's vague. It's awesome. Love The Prisoner so much. Why don't you have a conjugal visit with it? I actually have, Ray. Oh, I have. Well, he's texting me right now where we're going to be meeting at, I'm guessing at 10:30. Also, because it looks like it raised a little in the center. Is this something that can be fixed, Nick? Did the majority of the work that you did make it work out? I've got the DVDs. Yeah, I've got the That's one of those series. So it's like every time they've released something, I think I had some episodes on video. I had some episodes on Laserdisc. I had the DVDs, and then I bought the Blu-rays. Going out for breakfast pork chops? No, unfortunately, the opposite end. No. Still have to hit that place up next time we do ValleyCon, maybe. Though I did enjoy the last place we went to, Ray. That was really good. That was very yummy. Of course, enjoyed just spending time with you and Katie. The tape on the shelf looks like Mario's pipe. The tape on the shelf? Which tape? Are you talking about the stuff right here? Really? Oh, this. Even I get that reference. Yes, it does. Now I'm looking at. Oh yeah, I can see that. Man. Even I've played Mario enough to know what the hell that meant. So we're going to be up in Nashua today at the, as I was saying earlier, to go to the Brews Boutique. I'm debating whether or not I want to stop at, I guess the last time I went there, I don't know. It's like, as I was just saying, it's like I've got models in mind of what I want to get. I've actually ordered one of the two that I really, really would like right now. There's a Hobby Emporium up there. It's like, do I want to stop? We're close enough. And it's like, what do I want to pick up? Yeah, the green tape. Yep. The place in Chicopee was way better, though. I found a place in South Carolina that had a biscuit drawer, so I definitely got the biscuits and gravy. Nice. Yeah, I can make it work. It's maybe 0.3 mil. That's not so bad. That's good, Nick. So ultimately, it worked out, just not perfectly. Nice. Can I ask what parts you were putting together that you were wondering about? There we go. All right, that's clean. It's looking good, looking good. Oh yeah, we're almost done with this. Get the glue together other heart. I might actually start the, yeah, at this point, I didn't realize I was actually going to be as productive with this as I am. This upper area came out better than the other one. This is the left. Yeah, this has got to be the left upper leg. Came out better than the right one. Adding plot to a curved surface for a Pokemon. Oh, really? Ooh, interesting. Ooh, Nick, if you can, text me a photo of that. If you'd like, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, this totally came together better than the other one. That's clean. Armor, if you will. Ooh, yeah. Armorizing. I love it. So, Nick, I'm assuming what your idea, your concept of what you're doing to this Pokemon thing is going beyond what's in the box, right? That you're looking to, like I think you said you're ascribing some new details on it, and you're going to do some things to it that makes it not like what you see on the box cover, which I think is great. I think. A little blip right there. Armor, if you will. Armor. That's good. I get back to my Mad Max Lightning McQueen. Yes, you do, Ray. All right, we are actually clicking along here. Make it into a mecha Pokemon. I love it. Are your kids horrified? What are you doing to my Pokemon? Right, let's get the inside of this thing cleaned up, and then wow, that sank all. Yeah. The one thing about Surfacer will sink. That's okay. I really do want to keep. I don't know why, but I really do want to keep the Bandai lettering that's there. The copyright. I just find it kind of cool. Real quickly, you can see right there. I just I envision that just being there. I'm okay with it. Just it's staying there. It's cool. Well, my kids don't know what Pokemon is. They will. Hold it. How old is Mavis now? You're keeping all this popular culture away from her? What the hell's wrong with you? Not so bad. About finishing college by now. She's 2.5. Wow, she's 2.5. Yeah, getting close to it. 2.5. I remember when she was born. I got the Dorvac kit I built and customized about 5 years ago, but never painted. Maybe I'll get that done and bring it next Friday. That'd be nice. It's not next Friday. It's the Friday after. Next Friday is 24, 23 is the 30th of the month. It'll be the following Friday, Peter. But yes, the next meeting. That'd be great. We are 2 weeks from our next Patriot in-person meeting. Yeah, I know. Typing shorthand. Yeah. No worries, dude. No worries, dude. No worries. How we looking? Just a little raised. Shorthand. Anybody got anything? I'm not sure if I asked. Maybe we have different people popping in. Anybody got anything special planned for today? No offense, George, but you saw the fall of BlackBerry as well. Yeah, I did. I did see the fall of BlackBerry. I still have my BlackBerry upstairs. I gotta tell you, I love typing on that thing. I really did. Hate typing on a screen. Saw a lot of shit. It's interesting. At one point, I used to think that, well, old people were like my parents, right? Their generation. And now suddenly it's like even when I was just thinking about this, I was just thinking, it's like, well, I started getting into Gundam in the mid 80s. And I'm like, the mid 1980s was 40 years ago. You know, I built my first model over 50 years ago. And it's like the 70s. That's not that far. Oh, yeah, I guess the 70s was a long fucking time ago. My education, I did the Nokia E62 instead of a BlackBerry. Of course you did. That doesn't surprise me, Ray. That actually sounds like a Ray thing to do. Bucking the trend, bucking the trend. My day will consist of gathering all the children's things for a 2-day trip. Needed to pull the house behind that truck. Nice. Where are you guys going, Nick? Is this part of your hunting trip? Are you taking the whole family with you, or is this a separate thing? Yep, same trip. Nice. Nice. Do you build any Dorvac stuff? Yes, I put together a while ago. I put together one of the Dorvac kits and just basic assembly, glued it together and everything like that, but nothing more than that. Um, again, I don't know all the names of the different Dorvac stuff because I just never followed the series. But boy, I got to tell you, I love them. I've got like 6 or 7, maybe 5, 6, 7, something like that in my backlog. They're great. Hey, Chris. Good morning to you, my friend. How are you? Out to the ranch near San Antonio. This is your buddy who has the ranch, right? Oh man, San Antonio. I love San Antonio. I'll tell you, I would retire down to Texas if it weren't for your crazy politics. Absolutely. I love Texas. I love Texas. The people are pretty cool. Your food is fabulous. Just, it's a beautiful part of the country, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And who knows? That might still be in the cards. We never know. Depends on ultimately when my wife retires, which is many, 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 many years away from now. But we'll see. Depends on how much family is still down there. There we go. All right. I think that's good. We're from San Antonio. Oh, yeah. I'm in mourning this morning. for Chris one. Oh, really? Yeah. He's still alive. It's just that he decided that, there are other priorities in his life. And I get that. I mean, here's the thing, Chris. And it's like, we're fortunate, right? Because we're at an age where, if our kids, if we have them, are off doing their thing, we're kind of winding shit down, right? Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. There's so much good stuff. Last weekend I was watching Austin City Limits, and I guess Pavement was on. That was pretty cool. I might start watching more of that show. It's a good show. It's a different branch. Family Friends own this one. Nice. Made weed illegal again. What does that mean? I'm joshing George. You're joshing about what? About in mourning? Nah, come on. I'm in mourning. Crap. Where's my coffee? Be right back. Sounds good, Chris. All right. So this is done. There we go. And I think if I just kind of do the light path thing, it's mostly looking good. It's probably a little bit of a divot, just the way I kind of hammered it. But you know what? The edges are at least blended in, and that's the most important thing. So we'll see how it looks. And if I have to, after I get primer on the whole piece, if it looks like I need some more, I'll fill it in with some more stuff. Yes, they were, Peter. My ex's uncle was their first manager. Lots of cool pics. No kidding. Ooh. What is it? The Butthole Surfers. Shh, man. So does that mean you actually know who they are? Because they were probably around when you were not even a baby. I'm dating you, Nick. Great, I found it. Yeah. A day without coffee, it's like a day without sunshine. Let's put away some of these tools, and then we're going to get back to going to use the tools. Let's put away some of these tools first. Saw them a bunch back in the day. I'm still feeling the psychic damage. There's a documentary coming out soon. Really? I didn't know that. Really? I love them. But they're old. But they're old. Oops. All right, just like I said, just putting away some of this stuff just to clear out the bench. And I'll probably start pulling this stuff out again. But I just want to at least get some semblance of sanity returned to this desk a little bit. Home dog watching while my daughter takes my wife on a cruise in the Gulf of America. You mean the Mexico Gulf? Gulf of Mexico? Nice. Well. All right. That's cool. Hopefully they're having a fun time. That's what matters. Hopefully they're having a good time. All right. So we got, at this point, the legs. I can't sand this until it's dry. That's going to be tomorrow. Oh, America. Hee hee. Well, time will tell. Time will tell. All right, so now I think what we're going to do here. Okay, so real quickly. Two halves come together, and in between you got this piece here. You plug the hips, the two, basically the two hip joints into this hip pivot point. Gets mounted inside of here, right? So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to probably put that piece in. However, I'm going to extend the tubing all the way to where it makes contact with the actual body. That way, when I push the legs in, because I'm going to carve, I'm going to carve out the tops here. So I can basically, I'll let this thing be painted and then a final assembled, but I'm going to be able to push the parts in. But I want there to be 2 contact points where this thing slides in so it doesn't break the hip section. Am I explaining this well? I might not be. I'm in the lab painting. Whoop, whoop. Nice. Joe, what's your day looking like? Let's get that done. A fun time. Been on 2 cruises. Got the Mickey Mouse ears and fat. If I never go on a cruise again, I'll be just fine. Yeah, yeah. I did my my cruise many years ago. My wife did hers. We did them separately. And yeah, cruises don't necessarily do it for me. I'm good. If I want to go to a destination, I'll go to that destination. Now, having said that, would I do something like, like an ocean trip, let's say going from here to, say, the UK on an ocean liner? Yes. Can't afford it, but I'm being called to eat. Catch you all later, guys. Seb, have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. May it be peaceful, and we'll catch you when you're in next. Have a good one, brother. Oh, you are too technical for me, George. I'm too technical? Yeah, I could be. Hind away paid. Thanks. Of course. Technical. I could be let me get these parts together and I'll show you what I'm getting at. So this is the rudimentariness of how this whole thing comes together. Now, keeping in mind, the entirety of the upper body is 3 parts. And I'm not shitting you, it's 3 parts. Painting on minis. Nice! Mini painting. I love mini painting, Joe. Okay, so here's what we got. The back body half, you slide this pivoting piece here for the legs. And that is the entire upper body. So what I want to do is see these parts here, extend them all the way to the skirt. That way, when I slide the leg in, it'll have 2 points of contact so it doesn't flex. Hopefully that makes sense. It's going to be a little, the angle is going to be a little hard on this, but let's see if we can figure this thing out. I should be able to get to it. Is it breaking the plane? Boy, it's coming close. It may hang down a little bit, but is that going to matter? No. If it hangs a little bit, will it matter? Yes, it will matter. Yeah. I'm going to think about this for a second. I may re-engineer this section. When I was in the UK, I went to the IPMS Nats there, and it was very cool. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. That was that's their big show. That's the, what the hell, Telford. I'd like to go to Telford someday. Just catch it out. I'd like to go to a few of the international shows, but yeah. If I go, I go, and if I don't, I don't. It's not like a high priority thing, but I can't recall when Telford is. Ooh, a lot of cleanup here. A lot of flash. Hard flash, too. Sorry, guys. I was distracted. Hey, Tom, good morning. What's going on, brother? So I chat with these UK models, and I told them I went to it in '96 when it was held in Donington Raceway and all left on track. They tripped out. Were they all like, I was there too? Or were they like, God, that was a long time ago? It's hard to believe. That's like almost 30 years ago. What's going on, Tom? It's been a while. Thanks for flushing us. Not being on for a while. That's okay. We're not going to take it personally. What's going on, Tom? Things are going all right. You take it day by day, right, brother? How about you? How are things on your end? I believe you were looking about. I said, hey, I wasn't even born. Oh, wow, really? I blame YouTube notifications not indicating you're on. Do you really? Do you have notifications on? Then again, Tom, every morning, 6 a.m. 6:10. Same old, same old. Yeah. Same old. How's the family? How's Emma? I should ask, what's on the bench, George? Oh, what's not on the bench, Chris? It's so much stuff on here. But what I'm working on immediately, I'm working on this very old Zaku. From 1981, if memory serves. Hope to be back to normal schedule soon. Yeah. Is this still, Tom, are you still doing that crazy scheduling that you were talking about? Damn. Yeah, I'm enjoying this, Chris. This is I've been talking about this I've been working on it for like the last week or two, something like that. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. I stopped working on that idiotic plane because it was just like, just pissing me off. This thing requires quite a bit of work to get to work to come out okay. But it's still leagues better than that stupid plane was. Yeah, at 5 a.m. in the office. Yeah. Now, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, or don't answer if you don't feel like you are looking for other opportunities, correct? I'm assuming, did that pan out, not pan out, or it's not going to pan out? What's wrong with the plane? Found a game store down the road from me, and we've been horse trading gunpowder. Oh, nice! I love it. You mean this piece of shit? I hate this thing. You're still looking? Notification, Tom, because George isn't on the Harpy. That's right. Only notify me when George is working on the Harpy. That's funny, Joe. Well played. I do hope they make a decision, but if not, yeah, fuck. Hold it. You hope they make a decision, as in it's. Hold it. You interviewed for a job, but they're not sure that they're going to be hiring. Hey, that's not a special hobby, kid, is it? Oh, yes. That is absolutely the worst model I have ever worked on. I mean, I can't even think of another model that competes against it at this point. I mean, I work some like I get upset with the Moderoids, and I still think that Max Watanabe is becoming quite a fuck up, but I think that this as a model is absolutely the worst. Yes, what is the issue with the plane? Um, its fitment is awful. It's uh attention to detail. Now, I'm not talking about in terms of accuracy, just assembling. Um, it is atrocious. It's yeah, these parts come together. Yeah, they're not coming together well. Yeah, you figure it out. Is literally the attitude. Joe has joked about just give me a like a here's a brick of plastic inside and carve out the shape. You know, that would be the next worst thing from this. It's just a horrifying model. Lacquer thinner at 6 a.m. is a real kick in the face. Who needs coffee? Oh yeah. It's the smell of victory. I love the smell of paint thinner in the morning. It smells like victory. Give me a second, guys. I see some stuff kind of blasting through. Just trying to get something clean up here. Yeah, I thought so. I traded mine off with a guy in my club with the Steve Kintner book. More horse trading. Nice. Isn't that how modeling's supposed to be? Hey, you're killing brain cells. I wonder how you would do with modeling straight up clay. I would do terribly. Dude, if I can work something in plastic rather than molding in epoxy, I'll do that. I don't enjoy the molding process. I don't enjoy sculpting, you know? But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Tom. I understand that models need to come together, but this one is like, it was not fun. The amount of work that you have to do to get it to look good, this and what I guess I'm getting at was, I'm not going to belabor this too much, but I got enough models in my backlog. I don't need to have one that's this lacking in fun that requires so much effort just to get it down to the basics. Nah. It's going to become maybe like a paint mule. I'll probably just finish it with paint and call it a day. I would do terribly. This is why I am a scale modeler and not a sculptor. And I'm envious of those who can sculpt. I don't be one of them. If the play was a destroid instead, you'd probably be cracking plastic. Yeah. Well, Tom, I'm working on this old Zaku right now. This model is 20 years older, approximately 15 to 20 years older than this plane. And I'm having more fun working on this because the cleanup is a lot less aggressive. It's not like with the plane. It felt like, yeah, we don't care fitment. You got to figure it out. This one, at least they said we're going to get as close as we possibly can, and yes, you're going to have to do some work to get it to come together fine, but it comes together. That thing is just, I don't know, and maybe it's just because of the age of the model. My tolerance. It's like the same thing. I had the same issues I had with Moderoid. It's like, guys, really, this is what you're producing today? Get over yourselves. Dude, in fact, I'm going to give you another example. I worked on a plane from 1965. That's that plane that I use for my. I was pissed with me because I taken over the dining room table with the hobby. I tell her I'm not painting or gluing in there, and I'm not, and she's calmed down for a little bit. Are you gluing painting at all? Where are you gluing and painting then if you're taking over the table? I think the topic you were working on also influences your happiness. Yeah, but Tom, I worked on the Hawk P whatever the hell it was, the plane that I used for the Der Roten Kometen diorama. That model was much older than this. That was part of the birthday build-off that we did 5-6 years ago, maybe longer. Okay, and that model came together better than this piece of shit by a wide mile. Chris, your wife is lucky one. Your addiction could be cocaine. Again, plastic model is plastic crack. Exactly. Hobby Cave is the 4th bedroom in our house. Well, there you go. So you got a bedroom. You can do. So why are you taking over the dining room? Yeah. I guess, yeah, Tom, you got your point is valid. I've been thinking a lot about it, but I think there's still something to be said about if you're going to do a model of some sort, at least try. And this is what I guess it felt like. It didn't feel like they were even trying to get this model put together well. Just didn't feel it. Here are globs of plastic. You make them fit. Okay. And I think your point is valid, though. It's like maybe at the time, it's like I was expecting more of a cool down project or just something a little different. And this is not what I bargained for. It's a long story, George. I don't drink, smoke, or do drugs. Sorry to disappoint. Oh, everybody has something, Chris. Like you said, you got bikes and you got models. At least that I know of. Maybe more, but. There we go. Looking good. I'm going to also see as Bandai having a lot better artisans than a lot of manufacturers. Oh, yeah. And Tom, here's the thing. This has nothing to do with again, I'm not comparing this to Bandai. You can compare this thing to other manufacturers in the Czech Republic or the Ukraine or what have you. This doesn't build anywhere near as well, right? Yeah, I want your MPM Dutch float blanket. Chris. Who knows? It might still end up in your hands. Let's see. I should sell leftover nub and runner in bags, label them as plastic crack. Exactly. Who wants a sniff? Good one, Edwin. Especially if a company that made them plane before 2000. Emma. Hello, Emma. Good morning. How are you? Emma. Did I forgot it? Oh, no. Chris, I know it'll always come up in our conversation. Anyway. Good morning to you, Emma. How are you, my dear? Hopefully all is well. Emma, I have a question for you. Do you like to roller skate? Good. Nice. All right. Looking at all of this so far. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. Yep. Next section. This one, if memory serves, is a little rougher. A little rougher. What did you say? Oh, Emma, do you like to roller skate? Do you like to skate on like roller skate? You know, with the wheels on your on your feet, that kind of thing. Skateboard or anything like that, but mostly do you like to roller skate? Yes, if you roll or skate or roller skate. Don't confuse her. Ray, stop. Don't confuse her. Do you walk to work or bring your own top? Ray. Ray. As well. It's usually a notification of something coming up. By the way, I got about 20 minutes before I got to bail. Just keeping everybody kind of in the loop. I'm reshaping some of this plastic a bit. Memorial Day, I'm dragging myself out to the 23-mile ride on my Vetus 979. Nice! 32 miles. Oof. On a whippy old aluminum frame. Oof. Oof. That, my friend, is a chore. I've noticed that Tom hasn't responded yet, or Emma hasn't responded yet. Emma, you got to go do something. Go watch a show or something like that. You don't have to pay attention to this guy. Don't mind me. You don't want to talk to George. Yeah, full Dura-Ace Grupo. Dura-Ace from back in the day. Old school Dura-Ace. It's like me and my old school record and my Mavic components. I still have Mavic cranks on my road bike. I should break that thing out again. I really should. 7,400 first SIS. Wow. Hey, Ken. Excuse me as I choke. What's going on, brother? How are you? Happy Saturday to you. How you feeling, Ken? Yo. Oh, look at that. So I'm planning on getting a mountain bike soon. Nice. You still Emma didn't answer the question, Tom. What up, fellas? What are you thinking of getting, first of all? I'm very excited for you. Getting a mountain bike, that's good. Hopefully you'll find a mountain on Long Island. And then or trail bike. And then you still haven't answered the question. Does Emma like to roller skate? I'm bulldogging this one. Always been a fan of Sean Kelly, and when I got back from Korea, I found the frame and built it up. Yeah. Sean Kelly was one of the greats. I got to tell you, though, Chris, this kid Pogachar, again, time will tell. We got another 15 years, but time will tell if he becomes the greatest cyclist of all time. And right now, it's hard to believe that he won't. That he will not actually beat Merckx. Any cycling is good. Amen to that, my friend. Frame is red, though. You're not going to have it painted in Sean Kelly's colors? What the hell's up with that? I wanted to get, when I picked up my my Orbea Starship Carbon, I really wanted it in the Euskadel colors at the time. Unfortunately, that model was sold out. So I did. Don't get me wrong. It's ultimately a paint scheme is a paint scheme. But mine's in a beautiful red, white, and blue finish. I love the colors on it. There we go. Classics and stage winner is unheard of these days. I know. Yeah, he is. That kid's a machine. And as long as we don't, as long as we don't go down the Lance Armstrong path, right? Notice that, I'm just going to say this, guys. Notice that Tom is not answering the question. He was asked a specific question, and he didn't even say, I'm not going to answer it. He's just ignoring. I'm being ignored. Guys, poo-poo Tom for me, would you please? Yeah, carbon frame, cool. No one beats Merckx. Oh, even I think is looking at this kid and saying, he may be the one. Boo. Poo-poo Tom. Wow. I don't think I've ever done this before. I actually poo-pooed somebody on the live stream. I love it. Amassing my army against somebody. By the way, that's just a joke. No, we're not going to be bullying here. But, yeah, I got to tell you, Chris, I don't know. Time will tell. But something tells me that this is the guy who's going to be beating Merckx. And again, I did not grow up with Merckx. Obviously, I knew of him from, looking at his record. And I've watched a couple of things that he's done over the years. But, I don't know. Pogachar. Poop one carbon. No, poop one, you're not answering the question of does Emma like to roller skate? We're watching the ladies, the women's cyclocross and Le Tour de France avec Zwift. Oh, nice. The women's tour, we actually will try to watch it this year. The women's tour is fabulous. Hopefully I'll be dead by then. No. It's called progress, Chris. There's always going to be it. It'll come. It'll be a generational thing. There'll always be somebody. It was going to be Lance Armstrong until that cock decided to be an idiot. Oh, yeah, I can beat Merckx. Yeah, if you dope. Jackass. Isn't with Ed, just not a D. You know how to spell Geo? Isn't with Ed not just a D? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying here, Tom. You know how to spell Geo? I don't know how to spell. Downhill and trail riding is more exciting. Oh, I agree. Rather than road cycling? Ooh. I think I like both. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like both. They're very, very different. Okay, got that cleaned up. Got the rest of this. When it comes to cycling, I go backwards in time. You should see my modest collection of bikes. Oh, I'm sure it's fabulous. I'm sure it's fabulous. But I also think we need to, and Chris, I'm going to put it this way. I think we also need to honor those who are absolutely as good as the favorites. At some point, as good as Merckx was, or anybody at the pinnacle of their career, right? They will be passed by somebody else. It's just the nature of it. And I don't think we should, maybe not denigrate, but I don't think we should discount, oh, but they're not as good as. The answer is they may be. Pride of place goes to my Merckx Corsa SL from 92. Nice. That's a beautiful bike. I'm sure that is. All lugged steel. I kind of want a lowrider bicycle. Always love them. Dude, you would look so good in that. Oh, like Cavendish? Cavendish for what he did, absolutely. Though, I'm going to just say it again. Pogačar is going to be the greatest cyclist if he continues down this path. Bill and Ken, it's not terribly hard to build a frame. Yeah, actually, oh yeah, I got to tell you, if there's one thing I miss immensely, I love building bikes. Bicycles, oh God. Still my favorite career. I love working on bikes. Just can't make money on it. Best job I ever had. I shouldn't say it's a career. Best job I ever had. Loved working on bikes. But it's like being a gas station attendant. You could make money at it at one time, but you can't make enough to live on anymore. All right, going all the way around. We're looking good. Just got to get this part right here. And we're done. I mean, build a frame from scratch. Build a frame? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's going to be a little difficult. Because I think if you're trying to do like tube geometry, that's different. It's not like just welding tubes together anymore. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I needed to retire. I had some Brit give me some crap. I didn't want to hear it. Talk to the hand. About Cavendish? I think they are so cool, but I know shit about fabrication. Yeah, fabrication at that level is a different game. For a company making bicycle bells. Close enough. I built bikes. Yeah. Fabrication of a frame is a different game altogether from assembling a bike. And Nick, I might be wrong, but I think you might be oversimplifying it a little bit. To get that right is real. That's art. That's hard. It's not hard. I built a few chopper frame. Yeah. Nah. But here's the thing. That's a level of expertise. That to get that level of getting the geometry right, the tubes themselves. And again, I think we're not talking about just welding straight pipes because you got internal dimensions, correct? You can always braze it and not weld it. You could. But I don't know. The game is so different today. I guess you could make something just out of like straight pipes, but I think it's a lot more than that. Okay. But I would say, I'll grant you this, Nick, it would be fun. Maybe someday when I spend the weekend down in Texas, you and I will build a frame together. How's that? As long as you're good with a protractor, it can make a jig. Frames aren't that bad. So, well, that's the whole thing. Getting the jigs and everything like that. Oh, yeah. And understanding the geometries. It's not, like I said, that right there is a skill. If you take a look at, this is what differentiates different bikes, right? Take a look at a Colnago versus a Pinarello. Their geometries are different on the similar size frames. So making it all shiny. The model? No, I'm trying to actually just get this model to, if you're talking about the model, I'm trying to get this thing actually cleaned up. Getting all the flash off it. Almost there. A little bit of a interesting little schmutzy area here. Let's friction weld it. Friction weld. Or fiction weld. Do it in my mind. Gonna be building a Ferrari. Am I gonna be building a Ferrari with this at some point? Model channel turning into bike channel. What have I done? Something good. It's always nice to we come on, Chris. We meander all the time. Remember, if you want to learn something here, yeah, it might take some time. There are a few measurements. Jig work is the hard part, and keeping it from twisting or straightening back out. If it does, sorry, Ken. You also need a gator grip socket. Okay. All right. So let's see if we can get these two halves glued together before. Actually, I'm not going to glue them together because I need to get. Speaking of piping, all right. So this is, yeah, it's basically roughly come together. In fact, it's actually being held together quite nicely considering it's glued together. So what I'm looking to do is extend these all the way to the skirt. That way I can slide the entirety of the leg in there and have 2 points of contact. I could potentially bend that. Because right now they're aiming to be below the skirt, and that I don't want. Then again, I could make my tolerances a lot tighter on the legs and slide it into place. But giving it enough slop that it won't. I could do that. Ah, fuck it. We'll do that. Okay. Let's see. I go racing BMX and freestyle. Still have my 20-inch. Nice. Oh, George, I haven't. And I'm Brecky yet, and I'm getting loopy. Jig work, like dancing? Kind of like dancing. Soft shoe, not hard shoe. And answer times, Ken. When Ken says he's an exotic dancer, he means river dancing. Exactly. And there's a local model show in July, and I want to sell enough kits to buy a dental vacuum form machine. Oh, really? A vacuum form machine? Well, Emma just started dancing. Okay, so there you go. So she's dancing now. But you still haven't answered the question. Does she like roller skating? I think Tom's just fighting this one. Okay. Let's get this glued together. We're going to, you know what? We're just going to treat it as a glue together thing. And then we're going to just be very, very cautious. I'm going to CA glue the piss out of the interior here. Sorry, guys, give me a second here. I'm trying to get all this put together. I don't care if these things rock or not. That does not matter to me. This thing is sucking up glue. Like it's nobody's business. I can actually understand why I might want to go to a thicker glue at this point. Might actually look into that. Okay, let's get this thing pressed together. Chrome is shining just like an icicle. I ride on a bicycle. She likes roller skating. Good. Get her into roller derby. Emma, go watch a roller derby match. Have your dad take you to one. Let's see, going backwards again. Vacuum form used to be the thing before. Oh, I don't know. Peter does that stuff all the time, vacuum forming. He built his own vacuum forming machine. Wow. I got to tell you. It's like, you built that? That looks like commercial grade. I mean, she ice skated for a bit. Nice. I'm surprised since there aren't any Harbor Freights on Long Island. At least you've got a skating rink. Her dancing is more like two-person dancing, not those large. Oh, okay, cool. Squeeze, George. Squeeze. Squeeze. That's exactly what we're doing. Squeeze. Is a roller derby on Long Island? Probably. No Harbor Freights, but there's Lowe's. Not the same. Not the same. Squeeze. Yeah, baby. Probably roller derby everywhere, Tom. Anyway, hey, I'm glad that she's doing some kind of dancing. That's cool. So she doesn't do group dancing. She's doing like what, like ballroom dancing type of thing? It's about, I'll have your daughter give you a presentation later. Okay, fine. I'm actually going to be going to see the next, probably going to go see the next um, bout with her team, her travel team. I'm excited to see that. Long Island Roller Rebels. There you go. I desire a 10L ultrasonic cleaner. Desire. Where are they located? I'm assuming by the name Long Island Roller Rebels, they're probably on Long Island. She's learning. Oh, the rumba. Really? Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Not seeing any deflection, so that's good. The bottom looks good. Okay. There we go. We'll leave that there till tomorrow. We'll get some sanding done. There's two parts on Long Island, Nassau and Suffolk. It's all the Guyland to me. Long Guyland. So we'll be spotless in no time. All right, my friends. Stay safe and stay sane. Time for me to get going. Gonna get heading up to New Hampshire, go see my wife. I'm sorry, Massachusetts, in the coastal area of Massachusetts. Gonna go hang out with her for a little while. Then my daughter and I are gonna go to the Brews Boutique. That's gonna be fun. I like going there. That place is so cool. It's only too white for me, so I'm gonna guess out there. I'm trying to sell a Miata 210 that I restored on Phasar Marketplace. Nice. Good luck with that, Chris. Bye. Bye, everybody. Later, boys. And Emma 2 and Emma 2. Guys, do good. Enjoy the day. Have a great weekend. And for those of us here in the United States, enjoy your 3 days off. And remember what the day is for on Monday, right? Memorial Day. But go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. We are in a terrible place. We're not going there, we're there. So it's up to us to help out as much as possible. Do right by people. Make somebody's day a good day. Enjoy your time with your kids. Do good by your kids. Do by your kids, not just today, but down the road. Think about what this all means for them down the road. But brighten the world as much as you possibly can. Don't vilify people. Don't treat people like crap. All right? So with that, enjoy, do good, love you all, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.